in all of the most holy names of the creator of the heavens and the earth. By whatever name you call him, there's a long list, but all of them come back to the Most High God, the creator. If you call him Yahweh, Elohim, Jah, Jehovah, Waiguru, all of them are names that have come from the line of divine that is from the original people. And in their names I greet you in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that God, the reality of God, needs to be established today. And that the reality of God is that man and woman are God, and God is man and woman. And the highest manifestation of God is in the original people of the heavens and the earth, and that is the black man and woman. That is the highest manifestation. We need to understand the power that we have and fall in love with who we are today, but that happens by turning ourselves around and becoming what it is we should be again. So in the name of Allah, who we say in the nation of Islam came in a person, because God comes in people. Master Fard Muhammad came in person to teach the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was taught for 3 years and 4 months and did a job of the highest magnitude for 40 years, calling the ones that some people are frightened to think of the devil. In America, he called the white man the devil.
That's right.
And he lived to say it for 40 years and they could not touch him because it's the truth.
That's right.
And I bear witness that he is the exalted Christ, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a divine extension in our midst and is alive, well, 83 years young, powerful. No need for us to look anywhere else for a man who was tried and tested. And I bear witness that he is indeed the anointed of God in our midst today. And it's not time for us to be tiptoeing through the tulips and messing around, because as has been said before, we're in danger. We have to use the highest levels of help and support that we can to get this job done. So we need to get our minds in line with divine and the Most High, because the Most High is the Lord of the worlds, and the Lord of the worlds is the one that will bring us to the victory. You know, so in their names I greet you in the greeting words of peace again. You know, and that is the Assalamu alaikum. I'm not going to be long, because it's a pleasure to be among the believing, the conscious community. That's right. Because we're too few. So when we come together, it's a pleasure, it's a joy. It's one that, as for me, no effort is great enough, because it is us that have to forge a way for the rest of our community to make this small community of conscious people bigger. It's on us. The job is on us. So for us to share time together is time well and truly spent. So I love and respect to all of you for your presence today, and I thank the Moor Lionz for inviting us, and I thank your efforts and your work and your spirit for wanting to do what's required today, which is to bring the believing conscious community together to do the work that needs to be done. Now, the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in his monumental 58-week series that is available on YouTube, The Time and What Must Be Done, that breaks down all of the conditions that we as black people are suffering from. It breaks down the plans of the enemy in every single facet of his work to destroy us as a people. They have a determined plan to destroy us. There's no doubt. The question is how aware are we of that plan? Because to know your enemy is to protect yourself from your enemy. To see your enemy means you can protect yourself. But when you can't see him, it's like trying to deal with the invisible man, right? If you don't know he's there, you can't beat him. We've got to illuminate his presence and make it clear that we're under attack, so that we can do the necessary work to defend ourselves. So with that said, the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in his 58-week series, he said this simply: the American black man and woman's condition will worsen as America falls.
That's right, yeah.
The same applies to the UK.
That's right.
As the UK condition deteriorates and starts to break down, if we are attached to them, we will also fall.
Right.
Because we are linked. We're attached to the British white man. We have to break away. We have to find a way of getting our way at detaching ourselves from this man. So with that said, the question is do you believe that there is a problem in the UK and that the time is at hand for the UK and the Western world?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're clear. I believe conscious people are clear. We have to explain and break that down to our community. So it says, how do we know that the condition of the UK is worsening, and it is, as it is worsening, our condition as black people is becoming more and more serious. I'll read some stats. Black people are more likely to suffer from mental health issues than any other people in this country. Right? 500 deaths in police custody since 2002 and not a single conviction. 500. Black women represent the single household in 65% or more of black children's lives. 65%. That means we're absent. That means there's a problem with our children. That our children need the balance. They need mum, they need dad. We're in trouble. There needs to be a change of mind in the black man and a change to support our beautiful women. We've got to change our minds. And that leads those of us who are conscious to lead the way. We can't be part of the problem and think that we're being right and think that we're the solution. Can't be done. Black men are 4 times more likely to suffer from psychosis than white people. Black boys are still 4 times more likely to be excluded from school. Now, these are some of the figures, and as you know, the incarceration rates of black men is highly out of proportion with our 3% representation in the country. Highly out of proportion. We are being incarcerated at a massively extreme rate. Black men, they're destroying us.
Yes, sir.
Look at and as our condition worsens, the UK's condition is also worsening, and it's a sinking ship.
That's right.
So we need to find ways of becoming culturally aware, more culturally aware, and separating ourselves spiritually, psychologically, and culturally. Spiritually, psychologically, and culturally, we have to separate because their country is becoming more and more evil, more and more degenerate, more and more nasty. They're becoming the mask of civility is coming up.
Yes, that's right.
They're now showing themselves as they have been in history, and they're now coming back to themselves. They're not hiding it anymore.
Yes, sir.
The UK debt is up from 1.8 trillion pounds from what it was in 2005, which was half a trillion pounds. It's going through the roof. This country's broke, right?
Bankers.
Broke. Homelessness is up 33% this year. Gambling addiction. Come on, you know what? You know the drill on gambling now, right? This is a big problem. Gambling addiction has increased almost 100% from 350,000 in 2010 to almost 600,000 this year. Right? Increase and declassification of drugs. Right? Weed declassification is a plan to destroy the mentality and minds of not just our black boys, but the masses of people in this country. And why are they doing it? Because of this. The government is planning to open retail outlets, right, in the UK to benefit from what they have allowed to happen with drugs, because it's a common thing now. You know you can't walk down the street without smelling it now. Right? Everybody's smoking weed. Too many people are smoking weed.
Alcohol.
Right? What their plan is to reap the £1 billion of tax that is in the drug industry. Right? So they've allowed us to increase our drug use so that more people are now addicted and use it. Then they start opening outlets so that they can get the £1 billion of tax. What that means is they don't give a damn about human beings. They don't care about your mind, body and soul. They don't care. Money is their God. Money.
Not even their own people.
Right? So wholesale promotion and support of unnatural relationships. As we said, it's getting openly nasty. And we have got to make a stand. Because they're seeking to, see, many of us as adults now say, well, yeah, but me have them. I can understand, I can deal with that. But what about our babies? Our babies are being indoctrinated in schools. So if you and I are not debriefing our children are becoming softer and more susceptible to this kind of lifestyle or death style. So we need a new educational paradigm. So the work that the Nation of Islam is seeking to do, and we have done, is to represent a culture that is separate from the one that we're in. So in other words, you cannot condemn something that you're a part of, so we are not a part of it. And you cannot condemn something that if you do not, or run or change something if you don't have something to replace it with. Right? So we have the 9 ministries. The 9 ministries is us developing a governmental system whereby all of the problems that we mentioned, all of the plans to destroy black people and bring down society can be undercut. There are avenues of escape for our people, and to be honest, anyone who has the mind to escape what's coming. Because the 9 ministries, as I said, its first umbrella is spiritual development. Right? It's to assist us with our connection to the Most High. We need to be connected to the Most High. That's where the solution's coming from. The Ministry of Education. Again, we have to take charge of our children's education and our own education.
That's right.
Ministry of Information. We need information systems that feed into our spirit, feed the revolution, feed the healing, the self-healing, the self-help, the self-love that we need in terms of how we're being educated and informed. Health, the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health and Human Services deals with our physical, mental and spiritual needs. We need new ways of dealing with our health because, again, the system is killing us. Trade and commerce. We know we have to do for self, and if we don't do for self, we know what happens, right? We can be the first one in, or we can be the last one in, and we're going the first one out, right? Anyway it goes, if there's a problem with this country, we will be the first ones to get the unemployment ticket. First one, right? So we have to have a mind to do for self. Yeah, Ministry of Defense, as our brother Beanie mentioned, we have to defend ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, against the physical, biological, mental destruction that they got planned for us. As he says, in the food, we have got to be informed about how we're being killed through the food. It's a major plan of attack. And if you and I are not disciplined with our food, and to be honest, the best thing any one of us could do in here now is to go vegetarian. And that's not because I've got a problem with meat when it's made by us and for us, but how many of us are producing our own meat. You need to come off the meat because that is a problem. It's a big problem. Yeah, arts and culture. Culture that inspires and improves our condition as a people. Science and technology that allows us to take control of how we are generating. It says the Ministry of Science and Technology is the continuous development of technologies, resources, i.e. the application of scientific knowledge to the solutions of the human problems. To say that short, in the Nation of Islam, we are open and willing to work with any black organization that is about the upliftment of black people. We will go any distance to sit down with any of our people who would like interaction from us and support from us, and we say the same. What we'll be doing, we look to connect with our brother from Moor Lionz, is to say that we have the 9 ministries. Any ministry that any individual in our community would like to support and to put their skills and talents to, we'll be happy to sit down with you. Any means of developing action within the black community that Moor Lionz, Nubians want to take forward, we're happy to support. We're here to put our gifts and talents as you are, to support the community. So with that said, you know, it's been our pleasure to come down, you know, or come up, or come across, is it across? to Nottingham, but it's a short distance. And it's been an absolute pleasure to come, and anytime you're doing anything again, my brother, please do, you know, connect with us, and we will travel the distance to come and break bread and to share the love with our family. All right, so it's a pleasure. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Like you're saying, it's all about us networking, connecting, and trying to have something together where we can defend our community, police ourselves. We don't need to be, we don't need to obviously be phoning 999 and what we call on the streets, tomming on each other or ratting on each other. This ain't no rat on rat car. We're royal families, innit, and we're lions, so we can't be informing or giving information on next lions because they're royalty too. Even though sometimes as family we can't behave ourselves, but we need to live in harmony and humble ourselves and build together and look after the children.